Welcome to my first reactionary video. We are looking at the 7 passive income ideas, how Andrei earns the $700 a day from when he made this. Again, he's an excellent YouTuber with 2.31 million subscribers. So without further ado, let's see how this goes.
Okay, perfect. Hey guys, so today I'm sharing with you my 7 sources of passive income, but first, let me take you back and tell you how I got here. So I was jobless in the first half of 2019. I was working roughly 12 hours per day, 6 days a week, sleeping maybe 4 of those days, counting up to roughly 288 hours per month of work, and averaging that out, I was earning $3.47 per hour. And with that money, I had to pay for my food, my rent, and that's all I could afford.
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
While watching his video so far, he does have a particular set of skills. If you've ever tried making these yourself, you'll quickly see that he is talented a lot with his video cameraing, coming in and out, different shots, different screens. Like, he does quite well.
That was the skill. Hopefully you guys find this video very helpful. I'm gonna give you an inside look into my finances, my growth on YouTube, where you guys can see
Like, we're not even a minute into his video, and he's been at like 4 different locations already.
Started this
Lots
January.
of different
I
outfits.
don't know if I've made it. I'll let you be the judge of that. But none of these sources of passive income would be here if I didn't.
We can tell you at 2024 now, we can mostly definitely say he's made it.
Conquer my fears, one day and one fear at a time. Let's begin. Say something.
Something.
So, how are you
Hey, he brought a lady in at like a minute mark, so hey.
enjoying Hawaii?
I love it. I'm freaking out every day. You're interviewing me, so I'm looking at you.
This feels like
I
casting
think
couch.
Oh.
Sorry about that, I don't know what that was. But let's just begin with my favorite source of passive income, and that is dividend growth investing. Now, if you guys don't know what that is it's basically I get paid for owning certain types of companies that are called blue chip stocks. These are companies that include Walmart, Disney, Coca-Cola, Apple, you name it. Really mature companies that are generating so much cash that they're like, guys, we don't know what to do with all this money. Thank you, investors. Here you...
Typically, blue chip stocks pay a higher dividend yield. A lot other companies pay dividends as well, but typically the yield you'll get from them is a lot less. But I do 100% agree with him. When people start talking about getting passive income, they start going all off the haywire about various schemes that aren't really so passive. But what he's doing and what he's saying is excelente for passive
and
income.
just pay me back for just owning. Now, I don't have to sell any of these stocks. I just collect them on a monthly, quarterly, or whatever it is. Now, again, it's my favorite way of investing, but the downside is that you actually need quite a lot of money to make any significant source of income, which is great.
I kind of disagree with this. You need a significant amount of income. When we're talking about percentages, you start from where you're at. So 10% with $100 is still 10% if you have $100,000, like with a percent increase, and you'll continue to grow and accumulate it from there. And it's like, yeah, and the more money you'll have, the more money you can make off that money. But percentage-wise, you still can get a good, decent rate of return from it.
For me, because it encourages me to save as much of my money and then invest it rather than spending it on things I don't need. So that's why I love it. But for the month of October, I actually got paid $437.94 from 21 of the 100 companies that I own.
Also, I'll note a $200,000 investment account at his current age and size there. Not in a retirement account or anything like that. It's really solid. If managed well for the next 2 to 3 decades, that will be multiple millions of dollars in that account if managed well.
Again, some of them pay me monthly, some of them pay quarterly, and if you do want to start this kind of investing, don't chase the dividend yield, as it's called. Don't chase the monthly factor. It's like saying, would you rather get paid $100 once per year or split 2 times or 12 times? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter because the total amount will still be the same no matter how many different ways it gets split up.
I would say don't be blindsided by the dividend yield. You want to make sure that the rest of the company's finances can support the dividend yield at which it currently states it is. That would be the big factor there. Don't just see that it has an 11% dividend yield and go all cuckoos on that, because it might not be sustainable.
Sometimes people ask me like, Andre, tell me some monthly dividend paying stocks, but it's not actually going to pay you more. It's just going to pay you spread out different ways. Hope that makes sense. And I'm tracking all of these 100 stocks through my Google spreadsheets. Otherwise, there is no way that I'm going to be able to keep track of it. It tells me all of my schedules, all of my dividends, and everything I need to know. And I'm getting the same stock market data provider as the ones that Robinhood and all these other...
As he did this 4 years ago, I wonder how many stocks he has today. Personally, I was in a similar situation as him, not total amount in those accounts, but I had about an 80 plus stock portfolio, and I personally had to cut that down in half to try to lessen the amount of research that I would have to do on my end and doing the due diligence. There's only so much I can do. So the 100 stocks to keep track up with is quite a bit.
Major brokerages are using as well. So for example, I know that out of that $437, I know that 20% of it is coming from the real estate sector, and another 15.8% is coming from the consumer staples industry. And if you guys are not familiar with what that is, that's an industry where it's always going to have similar and or growing demand based upon the population. So people are always going to need to buy food, water, shampoo, cigarettes, toilet paper, which is always embarrassing to buy and check out. I can't be the only one. So good.
Yeah, the cigarette business stuff, they do pay a good dividend, but hasn't really grown too much.
Consumer staples.
Good dividend.
Is that sort of stuff. And if you guys want to use the same Google spreadsheets that I'm using, you can find mine on my Patreon, but it is behind a paywall. I apologize. Otherwise, I would just go broke paying for it by myself. The number 2 source of passive income that I really enjoy is royalties. Now, this one is pretty rare. Most people don't have this as a source of passive income, but anyone can have it. And if you're not familiar with what royalties are something that I get paid as an artist from a percent of a gross sales on a product that another company has produced for me, which sounds really, really complicated, but it's really simple. It's how your favorite music artists get paid.
Yeah, it's a great way to have passive income after you've done the initial work, but as he said, this won't apply to most people. So yeah, option number 1 sounds really good so far.
They pitch a song to a record label company, they'll come along, they'll produce this song and put it up on iTunes or wherever it is, Spotify, and then they'll pay the artist a certain percent of the sales of this song. Now, for most people, including myself, I'm not a singer or a songwriter, so my royalties are coming from course sales, which are going to be the truth for most people. Now, for me, I actually taught people how to do cardistry, which is this crazy art form of how to shuffle cards, and I've been having this source of passive income since...
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but you got those skills.
I was like 19 years old, and I've been generating at least $100 every single month. So for
he could have been on the street making a lot more than $3 an hour. I can tell you that if he was out there hustling that way.
Last month, I actually made $113 selling this product. My third source of passive income is you smashing that like button. Seriously, it helps my channel out a lot, but it's actually Amazon links. Now for some people, this source of income is absolutely huge. Now, if you're somebody who likes to buy things and then review them, you can make your own YouTube channel where you review these products, and if people like them, they can click your link below each video that you make, and if they buy said product, you will make a small, tiny percent of each sale. But if you want to make money with Amazon links, I encourage you to, instead of doing the links for products, if you don't want to do product reviews, to instead do their bounty program, which is what I'm doing. So in the description below this video and all my other videos, I'll leave a link to Audible, where if you sign up and you click that link, you'll get 2 free audiobooks from Amazon.
Audible's smart. A lot of people enjoy Audible. That's good.
Amazon, and for whatever reason, that one generates a lot more income than if I didn't do it. So before...
Well, the other products, it's like a very niche part, but if it's audiobooks, they'll fit for a lot more people. So that's a smart idea. If I ever qualify, I'll try to remember that.
Before I did this, I was making maybe $30 per month on Amazon, because again, I'm a financial education channel. I don't do physical product reviews. But then when I started doing this, I started to make, yeah, I wish, no, it was not that much. It was not $1,478. That's how much people spent clicking my link, but I only made $146.30, which to me is great, and I'm really grateful for that because that's how much money I thought I would be making my first year on YouTube anyway. My fourth stream of passive income...
Yeah, first couple of years, nothing on YouTube. At $150, that's it's like 2 water bills in sewer.
is from selling products on Shopify. Now these are actually products that I made myself with my friend, where we did a Kickstarter campaign earlier last year where we were selling playing cards, which is super cool. And for my share in the last month of October, I made $978. Now this is nice money, but it's not money I'm actually spending or buying anything with. I'm not paying my rent with it. It's held in a joint account where we're accumulating money and then reinvesting it to create more products. My fifth source of passive income is through affiliate links, and this is where I will leave a link below each video to, let's say, a brokerage that I'm using like Webull, where if you fund your account $100, you will get a free stock valued at up to $1,000, and I prefer doing that a lot more to paid sponsored videos. If you guys don't already know, paid sponsored videos are a huge source of income for a lot of YouTubers. I think I can reasonably make $1 to even a couple extra $1,000 every single month by promoting or advertising another company. But so far I've never done a paid or a sponsored video, but Lord knows I could have used that money so much in the first half of this year when I wasn't getting paid anything, and right now I'm getting at least 1 to 2 emails a day asking me to promote some product, some service, or whatever it is, and usually I would rather prefer to advertise myself or my product.
Kind of surprised he hasn't popped on any of those. I know I would be leery of trying to do it for a company that you're not 100% down for, and he is smart about trying to build his own business. So in the long haul, that will probably pay off a lot more in dividends for him than trying to support someone else's company and businesses there.
For my services, which is my Patreon, or just to support my work, I prefer doing that or leaving an affiliate link where at least you guys will make some profit and some benefit out of it, and I will make a little bit of money too. But for the last month of October, I generated $3,591, which is insane. Like, just saying that out loud, it's crazy. That's a lot of money to me. My sixth stream of passive income is through my Patreon page, and I'm so grateful and so thankful for this one because to me, it's like gold. As a content creator on YouTube, I will only be eligible to be paid if I've met the $100 threshold, and I'll only get paid once on the 20th of each month, which is such a weird time of the month to get paid, in contrast with Patreon, where I will get paid once on the 1st of each month, which makes a lot more sense because that's actually when all of my bills are due. So as a content creator, you can use Patreon.
I don't know about you guys, but my bills are due all randomly throughout the month. Interesting as is all the 1st. But
to thank your community, make more content for them, or give exclusive sneak peek and early access to your videos. I went into a slightly different direction where I'm using that money to reinvest it into creating tools where we as investors can use to get immediate value out of. And I'm also providing financial transparency by sharing with you exactly when I'm buying.
Yeah, he's being super transparent with it all. So kudos for him again on that. Like, can't fathom that.
And selling my stocks. So to me, that's really important, and I'm sure I can make a lot more money, but I don't want to stretch myself out so thin to where I'm over-promising and under-delivering, because I value my time, but the older I get, the more I'm reminded just how short life is, and whatever time I have left, I would rather give it to the people that I love spending with the most. And yeah, money is nice, but it's not everything, even though it is tempting to take this money and just buy stocks, which buys me my time. But for the month of October, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud because it feels like a dream, I made $4,092, which is insane. I'm so grateful for that. But a large majority of that does go to the stock market data provider. So I feel really good about that because I'm using your guys' money to create tools that we all use and get immediate value out of. So it's really tempting to use this money to pay it for my own stuff, but I'd just rather give it back in the form of these tools. My seventh stream of passive income, which is consequently the least passive of all of them, is the one I'm sure you guys have all been waiting for, and that is my ad revenue. Now, when I started my YouTube channel, I did not know that financial education channels have some of the highest ad rates in the entire industry, and that's because you, the one who's watching right now, probably have the education and the job and the disposable income to spend on things that...
That's fair enough. Target those who are wanting to do well more with their money, and typically means they have at least some money to stuff with.
Banks, credit cards, brokerages, they all want access to. They want you. That is why you are so valuable to them, and that is precisely why I'm so picky and so selective with what I talk about, because the last thing I want to become is a mouthpiece for those corporations or just be...
Kudos to him, and also puts us in a position or a situation where it's awkward as to if you do support any of their companies or don't support any of their companies, and then either change your mind or don't. It puts you in between a rock and a hard place there.
One of those people and YouTubers who just gives you timeshare presentations, because sometimes I'll watch a video and then halfway through...
That would suck. Who does that? Timeshare presentations? Like, oh, unsubscribe to any of those people immediately.
I'll realize, oh, this person doesn't really care about educating me on how to build my credit score. They just want me to sign up to this credit card because they'll get a certain percent of money. They don't even have this credit card. That's the thing I don't want. And even for me, this video is very uncharacteristic because I've advertised so much of myself, my Patreon, my products, my affiliate links. Like, I never do this. This is the most
Again, huge difference about doing it about yourself than versus other companies.
That I've ever been. And maybe I'm naive, but when I started my YouTube channel, I bought every course and everything that I could think of to grow my channel and to make money off of it. And the one advice that was so prevalent is, well, there's two of them. One of them was batch your content, which is to shoot like 5 videos in one day. And the second terrible, poor advice that I've ever seen is you need to plan ahead and you need to have a goal. Maybe that's just me being naive, but when I started my YouTube channel, I had 0 goals, 0 things in mind. I just loved talking about...
Well, he's doing super well with it, so whatever he's done, he's done a really good job.
Finance. I love making stupid cinematic videos where, why am I shooting in 4K on a Sony a7 III with a G Master lens? Why do I have a drone? Like, why does a financial education channel need all these things? Like, I don't. But I get so much enjoyment out of making these videos that I make like a day before you see them, or 2 days, because I'll spend so much time on them. And that to me is what's enjoyable. Like, I don't want to become that person who...
If he's popping them out that quick, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Just giving you timeshare presentations and trying to sell you on things. So again, this is the least form of passive income, and most of this money, by the way, came from videos that I've done in the past rather than videos that I'm putting out today. It's like all these couple $100 videos, they're adding up, just like dividends. So in the last month of October, and this has only started happening to my channel like 2 or 3 months ago, $12,671.79. That does not sound real to me. So as you guys can see right here, this is my October. If I go to October, there it is, $12,661.94 for the ad revenue rate. So this is not fake. In case anybody's just gonna fake, I've had mostly about averaging $400 days. The highest, these 2 peaks were close to $850 per day, and all in all, $12,661. I'm just gonna assume that this is never gonna happen again. So I'm cherishing and saving every single dollar that I get. Altogether, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, in the last month of October, I've made $20,939.03.
Wow.
I'm overwhelmed, I'm in awe, and I'm upset because that's $61 shy of $21,000. I'm kidding, I'm not that much of a douchebag. That is a lot of money. But I'm upset because I've spent nearly 10 years of my life working and providing value for one entity and one person.
Keeps the same rate up for 12 months. That's like a $250,000 income, roughly. Which again is impressive, and I think he, especially with investing back into himself time after time after time again, he's probably making much more than that now.
To give them value and build their company that I never even came close, and yet here I am with my first year on YouTube, making an obscene amount.
First year on YouTube, holy shit, damn.
Money that it isn't fair. And if it's one thing I've learned is that...
Well, first off, life ain't fair. Second off, though, he's putting out good videos, good content, good switching it on up. So, like, he's selling himself short a lot on of it.
Providing value for others rather than one person is going to be far more lucrative for you in the future. And so maybe you're spending a lot of time, whether it's in a relationship, a job, or a career, and what...
Alright, bro's only halfway wearing his sweater.
Whatever it is you're doing, just remember that the time could be costing you your greater potential. And I'm so...
But he's in the zone making, you know, $250,000 a year, so I don't blame him. He can wear what he wants and how he wants.
Happy that I never made my $100,000 per year goal of making that much money in 1 year before 30. That was my unicorn salary that I never received in my life. And I'm glad I did, because if I did, I probably would have stayed and I would have never done this, and I would never be on this video in front of you. And so I'm really grateful and thankful that all of this is happening. So I think for me, 2020 is going to be a very interesting year. But guys, love each and every single one of you. I am in Hawaii. It's amazing. Can't see the view here. It's on the other side here. Look at this.
Nice. Bro's living his best life. Good for him. That is awesome.
Just, what? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching more of his content. He definitely makes some good product and a lot of people enjoy his stuff. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this take, and until next time, ciao.